If you are sick and tired of making New Year resolutions and then not being able to follow them within 1 month, this video is going to share the exact mindset tips that you can follow to make sure that you actually stick to your goals so you don't end up wasting this entire year and making 2026 just like all the previous years where you made promises to yourself but you were not able to follow through. I am an ICF certified life coach, and within the last 4 years, I've been able to start a photography business, start 2 YouTube channels, as well as monetize these hobbies, all the while working in a tech company for my day job. So in this video, I will share the exact mindset tools that I use to make sure that I stay consistent and I'm able to create the habits that actually stick. So how do you stop breaking promises to yourself? See, what happens is, if you keep doing the same things, then you will keep getting the same results. But a lot of times you're not able to change your habits. But the reason you're not able to change your habits is because you have the same mindset. So if something is not working, you tell yourself that this time it will be different. You maybe make new routines over the weekend. And then when the week comes by, you actually have issues following through. Whereas for the other people, you might notice that it's always so easy for them to actually create goals and then you're able to create those results for themselves. So if they say they want to work out, they have no issues, going to the gym consistently, or if they want to learn a new skill, they are able to do so, while all you're trying to do is force and try to find a way to actually just get into the groove of building the discipline. But for some reason, it's easy for other people, but it's really hard for you. So let's look into the research of why this happens. See, most people think they have a discipline problem, but they don't. They're just telling themselves the wrong story about failure. So when they fail, the story that they tell themselves why they fail is actually the wrong story. And this story is exactly why they keep getting stuck over and over and over again. Since I coach a lot of clients, in my recent coaching conversations with high achieving professionals, I noticed this pattern over and over and over again. People always start very strong. So they set New Year resolutions, they set daily morning routines, and they set 30-day challenges. And then they miss one day. Reality punches them in the face. And what happens? The spiral begins. They are not able to stick through the habit. They're not able to go back to do the things that they very well said that they will do. But here's what separates the people who bounce back from the ones who quit entirely. This is the story that they attach to the setback. Research suggests there are two different mindsets at play here. So we look at the growth mindset as well as the fixed mindset. And this is what might be happening to you. A person who is in the growth mindset, if they miss a day at the gym, or if they're not able to go to the run for whatever reason, what they tell themselves is, I missed today. What can I adjust for tomorrow? So what are some lessons for me here that if I learn those lessons, then tomorrow I might not be making the same mistake? Did I not get enough sleep? Did I snooze when I woke up in the morning? Did I lack an accountability buddy, So they ask themselves these questions and then they make those adjustments to make it more likely that they are able to do the things that they say they want to do the next day. They take mistakes as feedback and they're just able to, keep rolling with the punches and learn from the mistakes, take mistakes as an information, act upon it, improve, and then they move forward. The story that people who follow the growth mindset tell themselves that failures are essential to my growth as there is no such thing as perfect. Whereas the people who have fixed mindset, so maybe currently you have fixed mindset where you are actually living a self-fulfilling prophecy where you set the goals and then you fail, but it's because of your mindset. So when you fail, maybe you tell yourself, of course, I knew I would fail. I always do this. I'm a failure. So you are seeing mistakes as a proof that you're a failure. You're just looking for confirmation. So you set high goals, and then when you're not able to achieve those goals, you tell yourself that you're a failure. And because you have this certain story that you tell yourself, that you're not able to get out of this mindset and you're not able to stick to the goals that you have set for yourself. So you need to stop seeing your mistakes as a proof that you're a failure. The third thing you might tell yourself is, I'm just not cut out for staying consistent. Like, this is not for me. The people who are consistent are the people who are gifted, who have something else with them. They have a lot of discipline, they have a lot of motivation. But of course, I am different. All these things don't apply to me. So this is typically an example of what a fixed mindset is. Now, what is the difference between the ones who keep moving forward and the ones like you who end up stay stuck in the same loop? And here's the kicker. Most people set themselves up to trigger the fixed mindset without even realize it. So what happens is we go to Instagram, we see all these people living perfect lives. We see all these bodybuilders, all these people who share day in the life of videos, and they wake up in the morning and they show they're waking up at 4:30, they're doing like their face, and then they're going out for a run, and then they're having a Nutri smoothie, and they're having all these veggies. And you feel like these people are perfect, but you don't know what their life is like. You don't know how many takes they took to record that video. We have no idea, but we compare what we should be doing to them, and then we create this very high standard. And by creating this high standard, we trigger what's called the fixed mindset. And that fixed mindset actually is detrimental to you because it prevents you from actually taking action, right? It actually prevents you from sticking to the goals that you have set for yourself because you're not setting yourself goals that are realistic. So this is the difference. So you're setting goals that are maybe too aggressive because you're trying to copy someone else. You're trying to copy the idea of what it feels, what it means to be doing the thing that you want to do because you're taking inspiration from other people who seem to have the perfect lives. So you're building it based on what you think you should achieve. So that is another thing. So you tell yourself that working out is equal to working out 7 days a week. So it cannot be if I work out only 1 day a week, then I'm a failure. So if I go to the gym, do you think I would be more likely to stick to it if I tell myself that I'm going to go only 2 days a week and I will have a friend who will also go 2 days a week and we will ask each other and we will do it for a whole year? So instead of doing a 30-day challenge, what's wrong with having a 2 days a week challenge? Like, what resistance do you feel? What comes up for you? So you need to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, why is there a resistance? Why is there such a strong pull towards being a perfectionist and trying to do everything right and forcing yourself to get everything right the first time? The more you sit with this question and this thought, the more often you'll be able to realize what's actually going on in your head and how you will be able to see this insight and create realistic goals that will make it more likely that you actually set realistic goals and then you achieve them. And this is exactly what I mentioned here. So let's be honest, we are terrible at estimating timelines. So here's what has worked for me, what I have tried to do even in January 2026, because last year I had a solid year. I was working out every single day, but this year I have different priorities. So I'm going to the gym only 4 days a week, but this year my goals are to actually stay more consistent and creating content, getting more coaching clients, as well as just focusing on taking care of my health, but not to that extreme regiment. So I cut my goals in half. So I'm not doing 4 or 5 things. I'm only focused on 2 things. I have doubled the timeline. So I'm going to give it a year. So instead of saying I will post 5 videos a week or 3 videos a week, I'll only post 1 to 2 YouTube videos a week. And even if I'm not able to post them, that is still okay because I will get back to it. And even if I fail, I will tell myself that the lesson here is maybe I was doing too much. Maybe I set an unrealistic goal. So I will set fewer goals and then double my timeline within which I try to achieve my goals. And I will pick no more than 1 to 2 big projects at a time. It's literally it. And this concept is something that Carl Newport also talks about a lot in his book called Deep Work, where he talks about 3 things. He says, do less things, work at a natural pace. So don't work from anxiety. Don't try to like brute force way, like every single day you need to suffer in order to be successful. Stop telling yourself all this nonsense. You can work at a natural pace by doing less things as long as the third thing he mentions is obsess about the quality. So you obsess over the quality. You try to make sure every single thing that you do is the best possible thing you can do with the information that you have. And of course, if you do that, you will be able to get successful. And most importantly, give yourself permission to be human because setbacks are essentially part of your journey. So you are meant to fail. That's how it works. So there is no circumventing around it. It doesn't make you a failure if you're trying to learn something and you don't fail. You need to learn to trust the process. This is something that I always have here, right? So you need to learn to trust the process and really telling yourself that it is okay to fail as long as you learn from it and you tell yourself you will grow as a result of the failure, and you keep going. So I hope this video helps. I hope the difference between fixed mindset and growth mindset actually help you understand these mental models that I use with a lot of my clients to actually make sure they set realistic goals, and we also create accountability structures. So if you found this interesting, I have a few spots for 2-hour one-to-one coaching sessions. I'm an ICF certified coach. What it means is I will not be giving you advice. I will not be your guru. I will not be telling you what to do. But what I will be doing is I'm really trained on asking the right questions. So I will help you come up with your own insights, and I will help you make sure that you are able to come up with a plan that is customized to you. And then I will also make sure during our regular sessions that you're able to stick to them. So if you've never been coached before, I would really invite you to book the link in the calendar. You can find it in the YouTube video description. I will invite you for a 2-hour deep one-to-one session. So this is not a sales call. I will literally work with you for 1 to 2 hours, and we will figure out what goals you have, how can we make them more realistic, and I will give you a lot more tools and assessments that you can use for free as well. So feel free to book the call. I will see you in the next video, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a wonderful day.